I was a bodybuilder benching 185, and I weighed about 120, 125 given on the day, you know, depending on whether or not I had the protein shake or the cupcakes, right? So I was launching the debit card program for the United States and internationally out in Iowa, and I fell down it was in December, and I fell down in the parking lot, and I tore my rotator cuff. Workman's comp, because it's at work, and they won't send me to a chiropractor, and they won't send me to, because my brother was a chiropractor, and they won't send me to get an x-ray. We'll send you to PT. Okay, now I'm a young girl, I'm like 30. By the way, I just turned 60. Woo-hoo. I made it. So I was 30, and you know, I did as I was told, right? Because that's what we're programmed to do. And I went to see the physical therapist, and she said, the pain's all in your head, which technically she's right, but that's not what she was saying. You know that. You need to go see a psychiatrist. Okay. And they put me on drugs. And they never did an x-ray of my right shoulder. And that lasted for 19 years. No, it gets better. They put me on 10 different clinical trials. And they never took me off any of the drugs from any of the trials. I was the walking dead. Do you get that? Okay. Anybody else have a similar experience? No. Okay. There are many of us like that, by the way. And so, fast forward to 2013, both parents died 18 months apart. So I'm on all these drugs, and I have enough stress, right, to kill an elephant. So, yeah, you can. My body shut down. And I went on disability for almost 4 years. So this lasted 19 and a half years, the misdiagnosis, and the disability lasted about 3 3/4 years, so almost 4 years. So I go on disability, and it takes him a full year to properly diagnose me. I get to a neurologist, and he does every test on the planet. One was, because I had, let me go here, actually. These are the symptoms I had. 135 food sensitivities, adrenal fatigue, anxiety, arthritis, asthma, allergies, bone spurs, brain fog, carpal tunnel, chronic fatigue. I had ovarian tumors and cysts. When they removed all my female parts, it was filled with black gunk. I wonder why. We'll get to that. Incontinence. So I would fall asleep in bed, and I'd wake up in the morning, and the entire bed is cold and wet. I sleep through it because the drugs that I'm on turned my brain off. I don't have, it not only did it turn off my brain for having to go to the bathroom, I didn't know when I was full, right? That's why I'm 235 pounds. If you go back, right, I'm 235 pounds. So, of course I have depression. Who wouldn't? Sorry. Anxiety and panic attacks. So I was driving down the side of the road. Who's ever had this? They have a thought of something, not a pleasant thought, and you have a panic attack. Anybody here ever have a panic attack? Right? Okay. And I have to pull over on the side of the road because I can't breathe. I was just thinking of my boss. So I had small fiber neuropathy. Getting back to the neurologist, he does all these tests, and he goes, you know what? you actually don't have bipolar disorder. That was the misdiagnosis. They said I had bipolar disorder and schizophrenia, schizo 2. That was the diagnosis. He goes, you don't have any of that. I'm like, I don't? He said, no. He goes, what you have is pain. He goes, and pain shrinks your brain, right? And he said, we just need to get you off all these drugs. Those. Just let that sink in for a while. So imagine I'm your daughter, or I'm your son. I'm your husband, or I'm your wife. I'm your cousin, I'm your grandmother. That's what my brain would look like. That's a toxic brain, done by SPECT scan with Amen Clinics. It has holes in it, right? Actually, it's not a hole. It's the underperforming parts of the brain, meaning there's blood flow. We're not getting blood flow here, okay? That's why this thing here is a game changer. You can retrain your brain.